welcome to Be the Hero and Rescue Yourself with Kelly Fuhlman. I am so very excited that I'm coming to you today on my book release day. And usually on book release day, we have big parties and all your friends meet at a place and we celebrate all the hard work and everything that has gone into putting this book together. But unfortunately, it's not happening because of this COVID stuff. So today I'm going to just kind of do a fun little vlog for you guys and podcast to really dive into finding your purpose. And I know here lately it has been a really hard moment to find your purpose and very difficult to understand what that is with COVID and layoffs and, you know, the drama and trauma with the school districts and everything else that's going on in our lives. But I truly believe that every single one of us have a purpose in this life. And we've known it since we were probably ankle high. And I feel like kids do have an innate ability to understand and know what their purpose is. And then it just kind of gets warped over time as we grow up. So I'm just going to kind of talk about that today and finding your purpose and how to find your purpose, and actually just give you a little story of how I found mine, and some tough questions that you have to ask yourself to be able to realize and understand that you've always had what you were meant to be here on this planet. Maybe it was just squashed a little bit by, social media and everything else that's being, pushed around us. So thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for visiting my YouTube channel. And I just want to kind of talk about finding your purpose. Why is it so hard for us to find our true purpose? And I truly kind of believe that we all have a purpose in life. And finding it has kind of been, a big topic these days. And if you don't know your purpose, you're doing something wrong. So honestly, I think we're all asking kind of the wrong question. I think we need to ask, instead of what our true purpose is, I think we need to ask who we truly are. And honestly, here's what I think has happened. When we talk about our true purpose, it's kind of been warped by others and what others think, and social media and media and and family. Even sometimes we attach it to our career, or we attach our purpose to our kids or our family or our husband only. And I think the true search for our purpose is kind of being alone in yourself, kind of getting to know yourself and knowing who you truly are. So many times we kind of link our entire identity and our purpose to our careers, or our family, or companies that we work for. And as I moved up the ladder with DeVry University, my identity was so deeply connected to the point where when I was talking to folks, it sounded like I was reading my resume. And it was kind of boring. I'm sure people were just kind of like, whoa, Kelly, hold up. You just gave us a laundry list of all of your accomplishments, and we just asked, hey, Kelly, tell me a little bit about yourself. And I just went straight into, my resume and my degrees and blah, blah, blah. So I actually sat down with one of my reps at that moment in time, and he looked at me and he said, Kelly, who are you really? Take away the title, take away mom, take away wife, take away former beauty queen, take away fitness enthusiast and fitness competitor. What's left? And I couldn't answer him. And I had a tough time trying to figure out that answer. And for a long time, I really got it wrong. So I honestly believe that kids subconsciously know their true purpose on this earth. And we do a great job as adults feeding it through the shredder, just shredding it to pieces, and then handing them over a roll of tape and a new set of rules and telling them to put it all back together again. If I had a quarter for every time someone told me that I needed to be a model, I'd be a millionaire by now. It's hard to ignore comments from family and friends who tell you that this is who you should be because you're this way. And it's really hard to ignore it because you want to trust your family and friends. You want to trust your parents. But at the end of the day, it's what you want. And so at 10 years old, I told my parents that I was going to speak to troubled youth and that companies were going to pay me to talk. And as I've grown up, that purpose has kind of driven me to the career path that I had in secondary education and adult education. It opened up doors for me to volunteer with troubled youth with the Denton County Sheriff's Department for the last 13 years. It has even allowed me to publish my very own book that gives me an entirely new avenue to help people. So most of you are probably Googling me right now, Kelly Fuhlman, saying, wow, right. And you're going to come back and say, well, Kelly, it looks like you did a little modeling back in the day and you competed in, in fitness competitions. And yes, I did. I did some modeling. I modeled at the local mall when I was in middle school and into high school. I tried to go and do some modeling in Houston after, doing really well at the Miss Beaumont pageant and Miss Texas pageant, but they told me I had too much muscle for what they were looking for. And guys, just remember back in the 90s, curves and muscles were not in like they are today. So thank God for that, right? So as I kept trying to live up to what everyone kept telling me to do, it kept backfiring on me. I didn't feel right and I wasn't happy. I felt like I was being pushed into a specific box and told, stay here, Kelly. Just stay here in this box. Don't get out. Don't look. Don't peek. Even if the box is on fire, don't try to escape. Just stay there. And so luckily for me, I don't do well in boxes. It's either my dyslexia or my ADD or ADHD, or I just don't listen to instructions, or I just don't remember. But thank God I got out of the box. And I saw the different types of opportunities that were out there for me once I got out of that box. Or if you look into my book, it's called The Fishbowl Mentality. So now if you look at my resume, it's nicely filled with 2 degrees, leadership titles with some pretty impressive companies. And I'm also an author, not just on LinkedIn, not just a blogger on YouTube, or created a pretty popular TikTok account, but I'm also have a book coming out on August 4th, which is today. So all of these experiences have guided me to my ultimate purpose, is to help people see the power they own inside of themselves to create the life that they're proud of. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to go back to what you wrote down as a little kid of what you wanted to do or be when you grew up. I bet somewhere in there is your true self, or what we now call our purpose, waiting for you to jump out of your box and find it again. Y'all be sweet. Thank you so much for tuning into my podcast, Be the Hero and Rescue Yourself with Kelly Fuhlman. If you enjoyed listening to my podcast or watching this YouTube video, please follow or subscribe to my channel and walk with me through my journey of celebrating my very own heroes and an opportunity to learn the valuable lessons they taught me over the years, which allowed me to gain the courage to wear my very own cape and be the hero of my life. You can also follow me on Instagram at K Fuhlman, that's KFUHLMAN, at Facebook, /K Fuhlman1, or on LinkedIn, Kelly Fuhlman MBA. Also, please leave your comments below because I see feedback as a gift, and it will guide me on how to help you gain the courage you need to rescue yourself. Be sweet, y'all. Thanks.